Hello everybody, my name is Meredith and I'd just like to share my testimony of how I came to Christ. It was the summer of 2010, I believe. I want to say between 2009 and 2011. Well, we were all sitting outside having a good time in the summertime, and 11 o'clock at night comes around and my mom wants to go get cigarettes from the store. And I told her, I said, it's too late for cigarettes right now. Can't you wait till tomorrow? And she got mad at me because I wouldn't walk with her, because I didn't want to walk with her. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to obey my mom. I'm going to listen to what she says. I'm going to walk with her. So we started walking. We got maybe 4 blocks down the road to the store. We seen our neighbor and his friends were in the back seat. He was driving. So he asked if we wanted a ride. My mom right away says, yes, we want a ride. And I said, no, it's not a good idea to get in the car. I just had this weird vibe about it. So my mom got really mad because she's like, my varicose veins are hurting, so I don't want to walk anymore. They hurt too bad. So we get in the car. I got in the front seat. She got in the back with 2 of his friends. Okay. So we get to the store. Everything goes smoothly. She gets her cigarettes. We come out of the store. We get back in the car. We go back to the apartment. We all get out of the car. My mom, my neighbor, and his 2 friends. My mom and I walk up to our enclosed back porch. There's a couple steps up, and then there's an open porch where it's a back open porch where the neighbors live. And then as you go up some more steps, there's an enclosed back porch which leads to our apartment where you can't see anything. So I'm sitting down, and all of a sudden I hear gunshots, and I run inside, duck on the floor, and then I go towards the front of the apartment, downstairs to my neighbor's apartment, and it's closed off and everything, so, it's like a closed off hallway. So I go down there. I said, do you know what just happened? She's like, I don't know, it sounds like somebody got shot or something. So I'm standing down there, and then the next day, the police wanted to come and talk to us. The detectives wanted to, interview everybody. So my mom and sister were first. Well, when it was my turn, they asked me, what did you see? And I told them, I said, I didn't see anything. All I heard were the gunshots. And I kept telling this over and over and over again. And, the Lord knows my heart, and He knows that I was telling the truth over and over again. The fact is they didn't write anything down. They didn't record anything. And then the chief comes in, starts yelling at me or cursing at me, telling me you're not going to go anywhere until we get what we want. So basically what I did was I made up a story. Okay, so then, then they started writing things down. And, they asked me over and over. They said, you're not going to go anywhere until, you give us what we want to hear, basically. And then I started lying. So then I had to move to Georgia because I was getting threats. And people were saying that I was telling and everything, and I'm the one who told on them, and which is not true. So I moved to Georgia, and we get the statement in the mail. My dad's like, I thought you said you didn't see anything. You're going to go to prison for a very, very long time because you gave a false statement to the cops. So I said, but Dad, I said, you don't understand. They coerced me into lying. They told me they weren't going to let me go until I gave the truth. So my dad was like, well, you better pray, as in the story Abraham, where he was going to sacrifice his son to the Lord. That's basically what my dad was doing. He took me up for the deposition or whatever. But before this all happened, before the deposition happened, we were watching The Axe, the movie. And all of a sudden, I was praying really hard about it. I was crying out to God and asking Him to help me, and my heart, Lord, that I did not lie on purpose, that they forced me to. And so anyway, as we were watching the movie, I get this vision in my head that his girlfriend, my dad's girlfriend, she's an attorney, that she gets this big smile on her face because she said that she was going to talk to the prosecutor to see maybe, if I'm going to get jail time or not. So she talked to the prosecutor apparently. Well, before this happened, I had this vision in my head of her having an expression on her face, a very, very happy expression. And so I told my dad, I said, Dad, I said, something weird just happened. He goes, wait, something weird just happened to me too. And I was like, well, I want to tell you mine's first. He said, go ahead. I was like, well, Charlotte, who was his girlfriend, I said, she had a big smile on her face. And he said, you know what? That is weird because I had a vision just now that she had a expression of relief on her face and just this big old smile. So not even 2 minutes later, the phone rings. And it's her, and she says, well, Meredith just has to go down and tell the truth. That's all they want. She's not going to get no jail time. She just has to go and tell the truth. So, I kept praying about it and praying about it. And I thanked the Lord, So I went down there, and as I was praying, I was, when I went down there for the deposition, on the bus ride there, some miraculous things happened. There was a lady on the bus whose son was going through the same kind of thing, with the police coercing him. And she was a really good Christian lady and everything. We talked about the Lord and everything. We praised him on the bus. Then we get to the bus station, and there's a homeless guy there who asked my dad, just came up to my dad out of the blue and said, will you pray for me because I don't know how? And when my dad started to pray for him, he got down on his knees and he just started crying. And so they prayed with me and everything, that everything was going to be okay. So then when we got picked up from the bus station, the man who picked us up that was from the attorney's office, he was good friends of my dad's family. And so when we went to the deposition, I was just praying to God, please be my rock. Don't let me fall off. Stay by my side, protect me, keep me from evil. So as I went in there, I told them the truth. And I said, your detectives, they coerced me and everything. And then my dad, he was talking to one of the police officers and telling the situation about what happened. And he was good friends of my aunt in high school. And so I went in there and told the truth. I came out with a big smile on my face. And then when I got back to Georgia, they were supposed to have a trial. Well, I was praying to the Lord. I said, Lord, if it is in your will, please don't let there be a trial because, they'll make me look stupid. And you know that I was telling the truth. And please, Father God, if you can help me, just, show me that you're here. Show me something, And then the next day we get a phone call from the lawyer's office, and the lady said, is Meredith in? And it was on speakerphone, and so she was like, well, just tell Meredith that she won't have to come to the trial because he pleaded voluntary manslaughter. And I got down on my knees and I praised the Lord, and that is how I came to Christ. I've always been close to him, but I've just become much more closer after that. He showed me that he was real, and he is real, and he is an amazing father, and I just, wanted to share that with all of you, and hope you liked it. God bless.